Good morning.
Good morning.
It's already going to feel like it's going to be a hot one today.
Well, it's so... One minute, there's not a cloud in the sky. The next, it looks like, oh, it could possibly rain. I think there is a slight chance this afternoon, but it's confusing. And when the sun comes out, the sun is hot.
It normally is, my love.
I know. That's an epiphany, isn't it? Nobody ever knew that.
No, they had no clue.
You're welcome. I'm learning you something today.
I learned something today. I really liked making tomato paste with roasted tomatoes, garlic, and onion with some salt and pepper. Oh, I think that just might be my go-to for tomato paste.
That's pretty good.
It was very good. So I've already been processing. Oh, guys, the garden is full on. I can't believe how early we've been able to harvest tons of tomatoes already. Cherry tomatoes are just exploding. Still getting zucchini, beans, the whole shebang. So I'm not unhappy about that at all.
Yeah, it's doing really well, well, we hadn't talked about it yet before, but you guys know we let the chickens out to free range, and of course it's a change, right? So it slowed down the egg production, which wasn't horrible because we were overwhelmed in eggs anyways.
Yeah.
But then our worry is, all right, are they laying them somewhere else, or are they just not laying? And so we're like, okay, we'll switch to letting them out in the afternoons because they always lay typically in the morning. And that was sort of working, but as I said when I did the video and put it up, the fence isn't electrified. And
even if it were, I don't think it would work.
The
chickens just...
Yeah, it basically might as well be non-existent.
And they pecked
It's there to keep us out, but it's not working.
Makes me fall.
Yeah.
So we have to come up with a different plan if we're going to free range the birds. Not only that, but the ISA chicks, now that they're just not... We shouldn't have free ranged them the very first day. We should have went ahead and let them go into the big run for a week or two so that they would go back into the main chicken house.
So we're doing the right thing now, and we're training them because it's...
Well, we think. We don't know.
Well, I mean, what's going to work for us? Because one, that was our biggest concern of free ranging, was them decimating the garden. Like, we can't afford for them to just go pick all willy-nilly. And for the first couple days that we had done it, they didn't mess with it. Like, they would go in, but then they were just picking the bugs off the ground. They weren't messing with any of the plants or the tomatoes or, zucchinis or anything. But now they're like, oh, fresh off the vine, let me help myself. And so we need to make it a lot more secure. And until we can do that, they're just going to be on lockdown. And like she said, with the new ISIS, we didn't transition them to the big coop area so that they know where to go, get in, and all that.
So they're hanging out with the goats, and the goats don't seem to mind.
Yeah.
But we had to go over there last night. I'm carrying 3 chickens in my arms. He's carrying 2 chickens in the light. And we had to make 2 trips to get all the ISIS that were like hanging out with the goats.
Yeah, because they're used to being in that Mini Cooper area. So there was 2 of them that were over there, and one was like on the ramp, like, hey, the door's not open, it won't let me in. So we're going to just go ahead and kind of revert back. It was nice to know that we could let them out, but it was also a reminder we're not ready to do that. It's just, there's too many other things, and we can't afford to lose the garden.
No.
Just in the realm of letting the chickens run.
Yeah.
So they're still fine. They've been doing great in that pen, and we do give them scraps as a supplement in there, and they've got plenty of feed, but letting them out is just not going to be a thing right now.
And their run is very large compared to some other people that I've seen with the smaller yards. So, I mean, they're not hurting for space at all.
No.
And I do want to free range them. We just need a little bit more infrastructure.
Yeah.
I can't have them, because y'all know I already had a feeling my garden was too small this year. Especially adding, Aunt Swami here, that's, so it would be plenty big if it was just Jason and I, but it's not. So we do need to expand the garden. That's something I've been talking about for a long time. But
And we
it's
have
coming.
we have a plan once the foundation is all the way down and all of that mess is cleaned up and the other Harbor Freight shed could be tore down and we can open that area up. Like, it just needs to be more permanent to where we can put a legit fence that will keep all of the chickens and any other rodents and pests out. Then,
Well, speaking of that, y'all saw me like playing with my digits on the phone. Yeah, address confirmed. 10
Okay.
a.m. pickup for the fence.
Yeah.
Marketplace deal.
and I'm not sure, I mean, it might not be enough to do the whole garden area, but if it gets most of it, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how much is there. It looked like it was still a pretty decent roll of fence.
Yeah.
And
And some
there's
barbed
chicken
wire.
wire, some barbed wire, which I don't really need the barbed wire right now, but you never know. But the chicken wire and some regular fencing.
Yeah, which when I looked, it's like if it's a full roll, it was what, 260.
Yeah, like I said, for what we're gonna go buy, it's a heck of a deal. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I needed to go to town anyways, but of course I'm gonna do this trip and then have to do the other trip.
I'm gonna be editing.
Yeah. Why do I have to go to town? What'd you do yesterday? She broke my tractor, y'all.
Oh, wasn't me.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm the one that's like, take care of our equipment, be good to our equipment, maintain the equipment. And somebody broke it. And it wasn't me.
Oh, I guess you weren't even there.
I wasn't even there.
Dang it. Yeah, so Blue's down, y'all. Not excited.
Bean spiller.
Yeah, well, we didn't
is what it
film.
is.
And
I
the
told
main
him to take
reason
the camera, guys.
I went over to Jackson's. He's getting his shed delivered hopefully today is what they had messaged, and there was a little bit more site prep that needed to be done over there, and his whole lot that he has opened up needed brush hogged. And I said, hey, that'll be easy. I'll jump on the tractor, drive it over, we'll get the work done, and that'll be it. Everything will be ready for tomorrow. And yeah, I did get all the brush hogging done, and I did get the site prepped, and I literally had just finished the last swipe I was gonna do with the brush hog. Was gonna shut the tractor down a minute because I was losing light, and I've got lights on the tractor, so I'm like, I can still get home, that's not a problem. But I was gonna shut it down, grab my couple things I had over there, load them up, and head home. And all of a sudden it wouldn't steer, and I'm like, what is going on? And I tried to turn one way, turn the other way. Well, then I looked down the one side, didn't see anything wrong. Looked down the other side, face full of oil. It blew the seals out of the power steering piston, the end seals on there. So yeah, no steery, because that thing drives strictly off power steering. And so it's like 10 cranks one direction, 5 gallons of fluid pumping out of it. And
Which hydraulic fluid is not cheap. So somebody's got to go take it apart, and
yeah,
hopefully it's not an expensive rebuild. I'm going to throw it out there. I think it's going to be about $1,000.
no, not even close.
Better not be.
If I took it to a shop, I'll give you the credit of if I took it to the tractor shop and dropped the tractor off and said, hey, fix this cylinder, then yeah, you're probably looking at $1,000. But if I pull the cylinder off and then take the cylinder in just for a rebuild, it shouldn't be near that much, hopefully. I mean, I looked
sure hope
online and seen a couple that were not horribly expensive. I mean, it's going to be a couple $100, but
That I'm all right with. But Blue can't be down.
yeah.
There's a reason we bought that tractor and bought that size of a tractor and dropped that kind of money, is because it's integral to every facet of what we do here on the homestead. So now we can't load. I mean, could we load logs onto the mill? We could
Maybe.
probably rig something up, but I mean, people do it all the time. Not going to say they don't. But for our capabilities and what we choose to do, we need Blue. Today's video on the main channel, is my secret project, guys. Oh, it's amazing. And it's not even 100% done yet. But I'm going to put the video out. You're just going to have to go watch it because, anyway, we need the tractor to fulfill that. Everything that we're doing, the land clearing, things like that for Aunt Swami's site, for Jenna's site, our site, we've got to have the tractor running. So while I'm editing today, the handsome man's going to go pick up the fence and get Blue some surgery.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a surgical assistant for that, do you?
No.
No? Good.
Well, I left the tractor at Jackson's because I was not driving. I did find out Blue is not going to win a speed race, y'all. Even in high gear, it's about 5-6 miles an hour, which it's not a tractor built for speed. It's built for power and pulling farm equipment.
Kind of like Big Booty Judy.
Yeah. So
I thought it was funny.
That's the first time that I've got it out on like the road to drive it anywhere or do anything like that. Around here, high gear seems to be like, oh man, this thing's cruising right along. But then you get on the road and you're like, oh, 5 miles an hour is really slow when you're on a road. So it took a hot minute to get over to Jackson's. I was kind of glad I left a little early. But with the no power steering, all it was going to do was continue. And then I could take the chance of burning the pump up and all that. So I left it there. So I'll end up rounding up some tools after I go get the fence. And Jackson wanted to watch how it was done. And I'll take the camera this time and film stuff.
Jackson was filming. He got some good clips. He's practicing and working at getting more comfortable in front of the camera and everything. And he's doing a great job. He's more of that. He's going to practice and practice and practice. And when he feels comfortable, then I think he'll start putting, extra videos out. So, but, and what else? Oh, because we didn't do a coffee chat yesterday. I made for Father's Day, y'all, which happy late Father's Day to all you daddies out there. A homemade Alfredo with my own chicken that I'd already pre-seasoned when I was processing. And I made the most amazing focaccia bread. I don't even know if you can call it that because I didn't even follow a recipe. I'm like, boo, 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 boo. I hope I paid attention to what I was doing because if it was good, I wanted to do it again. But, I took our cherry tomatoes that we've been picking, laid it down all in there. And I went out and I got some fresh basil leaves. And, of course, y'all saw the garlic. Added fresh garlic in it, a little salt and pepper. Oh, masterpiece.
It was phenomenal.
With that homemade chicken Alfredo, fettuccine. Oh, my gosh, y'all. It didn't stick around long at all. In fact, we didn't even get leftovers. The bread we did. Because it made a full-size pizza-size bread. But as far as the Alfredo, nope. We didn't even get a second helping. It's gone.
No,
Between Jenna and Jackson.
Jenna will decimate some...
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Some Alfredo. Like, you get what you get on the first night, and then after that, you better come with a knife.
Yeah.
If you think you're getting any more. Which is awesome. I mean, it's... and
it's a cheap and easy meal.
Yeah.
And to make the Alfredo, homemade with our own garlic and, of course, not my real butter or my own butter, but, it was so good. I kind of want to make it again, but I've got some cabbage in there that I need to get. So I think we're going to have a Oriental night, Chinese night. So I'll make some homemade egg rolls, crab ragoon, fried rice, because I got my own peas for that. Although I don't think I have any carrots. Grab some carrots when you're in town, if you will, please.
Didn't you preserve carrots?
No, I forgot about them. They were left in the pantry.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, what happened was...
That's what happens when I'm my husband's co-partner in building, is because I can't do all the Betty Crocker stuff that I want to do.
Well, and it was funny. We were talking about it again last night because Jackson is constantly telling her, and you guys are also saying all the time that she needs to do more cooking videos. And that's true. And we have every intention of getting more cooking videos out. But right now, it's just not in the cards, y'all. Like, there's not enough time in the day. And it
exhaust
does
myself because I'm up at 4:30 max, and I start going right away. Like, I've already worked a full day already. It's it's 9 o'clock. So, between the gardening and chores and baking and cooking, and like, I'm exhausted by the time he gets home. But I have to, because, if I'm not editing, I'm outside and we're building something. And so eventually there will come a time when the building is done, or, okay, truth be told, it's probably never going to be done. We'll always be building something.
right.
But it won't be as, I can afford to take a whole day in the kitchen. The only times I get like a whole day in the kitchen now is if it's raining outside. And of course, on a rainy day, you can't really make breads, but I can make other things. Now that it's harvest season, I'm trying to process all the vegetables. He got me out my grinder so that I can put the vegetable attachments on and take care of all the zucchini that's in there so I can get that shredded up. I'll probably bake a few zucchini breads, which I don't think you'll be upset about.
No.
And yeah. And then I think later on today, you and Jackson were going to run and get the freezer. Finally going to get the freezer, guys.
Yeah. Because I got to go get this fencing stuff, because that's one of those, hey, go now or don't go at all. And then I need to go get the cylinder off. And what we're kind of hoping is, we don't know the exact time his shed's getting delivered. And Jackson was wanting an extra set of eyes of somebody who, knows what they're doing, which I'm like, so who you calling over? And he's like, well, you're going to be here. I'm like, oh, don't think I know what I'm doing. But, where we wanted it placed, or where he wanted it placed, but I kind of gave him some suggestions of, hey, if you do it this way, then later on we can easily, not necessarily expand the shed. It's possible, but bring in gravel, because as it sits right now, like where stairs will be to go in and out, that's kind of some rough ground. Like, Mama's not gonna like it too much, but you just gotta watch where you're walking. And so I'm hoping that while they're doing the shed thing, I can get that cylinder off, and then we can run to town, hopefully get the cylinder rebuilt or a replacement. I mean, if somebody's got one on the shelf and it's not going to be horribly priced, then I'll probably just buy it instead of waiting for a rebuild. I just got to look at what the cost of that's going to be.
Well, I mean, I don't think it would be, is it something that you can still rebuild and have it as an extra part?
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, I know like, they're cylinders, they're hydraulic cylinders, they're rebuildable. So that might be an option too, is be like, hey, rebuild this one, but if you have one on the shelf, give me another one. And just gonna look at the cost. I mean, I don't want to go over crazy, but it's tractor life, y'all. You don't own a tractor and not have maintenance on it. So, but yeah, and then once his shed is set, then we can go get the big deep freeze. Because our other little one just isn't
Not even
working.
Sure where it is. If I'm done editing, I want to go to the storage unit with you, because I know that I've bought in some more things for my secret project. And I can't get into the hoop shed because all the e-bikes are in there, but I'm pretty sure there are some things in the storage unit that I wanted, or that
There's lots of things in that storage unit. It's packed full.
It's going to be even more full as soon as we go up north. Yeah, but we got some things to do before we take out, because our plan is to leave Friday. I don't know, had we even talked about maybe leaving Thursday after our live and just driving through the night?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we could.
Meh.
It's all an option.
It's all. We don't know.
I mean, the nice thing, and I mean, in this case, like, we're not taking the Nugget, but we are hauling
Eric and Missy's trailer.
the trailer, but the truck won't even know it's back there. So, I mean, but I guess the thought is, getting there at night isn't the end of the world because we're just going to stay in a hotel. I don't have to worry about camper setup and backing it in and doing all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll look at it.
We don't know.
We'll know when it's happening.
Yeah.
That's how that'll probably go. Perfect.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Is it breakfast time yet?
I made a huge breakfast yesterday morning, and there are leftovers, so I only have to just throw it all back together.
Okay.
And then it's food time.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, we're going to go get some breakfast.
Yep.
And get on with our day. So everyone have a blessed day. Have a wonderfully amazing day. Yeah. And we're going to have a good day too, even though it's
We're doing stuff.
shadowed with breakdowns and broken this, broken that.
It's all part of it.
Yep, it is.
It's not very fun, and they don't have to like it, but just
Jenna just got home.
one more of those things that project we didn't expect, but should hopefully,
It
knock
happens.
on wood, be quick, easy. So
I heard the echo.
it's all that hollowness in there. My crayons melted right out of my brain housing group, and I don't even have none left.
Wipe some of that
Oh.
off. There we go. Okay, we're good.
All right, guys.
Peace
We'll
out.
see you on the next one.
Bye.